Hello friends, welcome back to my studio. Hope you're well. Welcome to the last vlog of 2025 and welcome to the very last vlog from this studio. That's right, we have accepted an offer on our house. It's 90% done, there's still a few boxes to tick, but we're pretty much there that confirming the sale. So I have done a lot of packing up as I'd showed previously, but I really have to now choose the exact supplies I'm going to keep in a little kit that I'll be able to carry with me. I have no idea where we're going to live at this stage. Settlement is at the end of January, so please forgive me. I won't be able to do any videoing until after January, until we settle. I've got to pack the whole house. I've got to find somewhere to live, and I've got to try and keep my art practice going in some way, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? So I thought today I'd show you what I have chosen to date. I'll probably sneak a few more things in there because it'll be really hard to part with things, but I know it's not forever, and I do know where my art supplies will be stored, so I will be able to access them. It's just about, I have no idea what kind of space I'll have at this point. Why don't I turn the camera around and run you through what I'm keeping, because I thought it might be interesting. Here is the main colours I'm going to keep with me, and you can see how empty most of them are. It's a good indication that I do use them a lot. I've based them on this colour chart that you saw in the last vlog, and mostly because of these really beautiful colours. If you followed me for a long while, you'll know how much I love my pastels, and these colours can all be achieved through these. So they are cerulean blue, ultramarine blue. It's funny, for some reason I knew ultramarine blue was a really key player from centuries of art, and I just wanted to be different and go against the grain, and I resisted this colour for a long time. I did use a French ultramarine blue, which I really loved, but I've realised there's a reason why this colour is used throughout the centuries. It's really versatile, it's really great, and it's going in my kit. The other one is Brilliant Alizarin or Alizarin Crimson, Vermilion, which might be a bit of a surprise because I don't really like orange and yellows. Naples Yellow Light, I really love Naples Yellow. Now this colour can vary greatly according to brand, so if you're looking at it for yourself, you'll need to do some tests. And this is the Naples Yellow Light. It does come in a darker, but I really like this because that's where, this is the Naples Yellow Light. This is all of the Naples Yellow Light mixes. Really lovely pinks, orange and pastels. And then the last one, I don't like to use cadmium in the studio. I'll have to be careful about this one. As you can see, it's poisonous. It's not just oil paints that are poisonous. It's the cadmium is what's dangerous in this. So as long as you don't ingest it, it's okay to get a little bit on your skin, but you don't want to make a habit of it. And you certainly can't, you know, if you've got it on your hand and you accidentally wipe your mouth or something, quite toxic. So need to be careful about that. But I've decided, again, because of what it can mix, I'm keeping that in the kit. The other things I'm going to add to that is a yellow ochre. Oh, in the main kit there'll be white, of course, and I really love this antique white. I'm using this more than the titanium white these days. I can make this, I won't bring this with me because if I include the yellow oxide and the titanium white, which I'll be taking anyway, and I'm taking this anyway, I can get my antique white with those two colours. So I'm really going back to basics and going to be mixing a lot of my colours as I go, because I can't have all of these colours with me. It's simply not an option at the moment. If I happen to have a studio and I can unpack them again, great, but this is the basis. So yellow oxide's coming along. The quinacridone magenta, because then I can get really lovely purples with the magenta. You just get so much more. Because magenta leans towards blue, you get better purples, and you know how much I love purples, so that has to come. I use burnt umber all the time. I really like to use this on the edges of artwork. I really like this here, how it's got this showing this edge, painterly edge, all those background layers, and I really love it when it's got the burnt umber in it. So that's coming, and you will know how much I've used these mixes of the Venetian red, and so that will be also coming along. A lovely earthy colour, lovely semi-transparent colour. I want to focus a lot on transparency as I move forward into this new work I'm trying to bring forth. And what's great about the Venetian red is I can mix this Titan Mars Pale with the Venetian red or the burnt umber, and I can also mix the Titan Violet Pale with the Venetian red. So including these, besides what I can mix with these others, it's like I can bring these two paints along with me also, and all of these ones. You will also know how much I love the unbleached titanium colour, and again it is just the titanium white and yellow ochre. So the same as where this has just got a little, the antique white just has a little bit of the yellow ochre. This has a lot more of the yellow ochre in it. So again, as much as I really want to bring this tub with me, I know I can mix it with these. The other thing I'm going to bring along, because I think I'll be working quite small in sketchbooks, I've got a few watercolour and gouache colours. So very similar. There's a white, crimson, a blue. This is Tasman blue. The colours don't always, names and pigments don't always cross from acrylic to watercolour. I'm really leaning more towards watercolour in the fact because it's got the different binder in there, and rather than the plastic binder, it's more earthy, less plasticky feeling, and I can see me using a lot more watercolour going forward. And these are what I had left over for a while, an olive green and an earthy green, and then just a straight yellow. So I've got my, blue primary palette. I will be collecting more of these, and as you can see, even the gouache in a big tube is still so much smaller than the acrylic paint tube, so I'll be able to, look at me convincing myself I'll be able to buy more art supplies as I pack all my supplies away. But yeah, the intention is to get a few more watercolours to add. I've decided I will bring these three, it was going to be two, now it's three, these three palette knives. They're really got a good variety of shapes, and these, as you can see from the handles, are the ones that I reach for the most. So it's a good indication that they'll be used. Of course, I'll have a spray bottle, water bottle. You know that in the big A2 paper, I use this paint on mixed media paper by Claire Fontaine, and so I picked up this little A4 pad, and I've already been using it to paint other things on. Yeah, lovely, lovely thick paper that will take the acrylic. It's a mixed media paper. It'll take everything. I haven't tried it with oils, and I don't know if I'm bringing any oils. I haven't made that decision yet, but gosh, I'd really like to. So yeah, that's coming, and probably some sketchbooks. We'll see how we go. And paintbrushes, finding it hard to narrow this down. I think because I'll be working kind of A4, I'm thinking of even making up some accordion sketchbooks and things like that. I love this brush. I really want to have it near me, but I have to make a decision because, you know, it takes up space, and will I use it because I'll be working so small. It's such a big brush. And so that's why I've chosen all of these other smaller brushes. When I'm painting, I definitely use flats more than rounds, and I adore this brush. It was just a cheapie from like a $2 store, reject shop type situation. And my liner brush I've talked about before. It's a very short, stiff brush that I create great line with. And these are all very cheap, not a lot of bristles in the head, so they don't hold a lot of paint, but I really like how it delivers paint to the surface. So, and they don't pack up to be much space, like it's all of these or this. Yeah, so that's, and that's one. These 2, 3 as well are all flats in a slightly bigger size. These are lovely and soft. These are very scratchy, and that one's scratchy, but these are very soft. These are Renoir brushes that I actually got from Bunnings, and they're lovely and soft, and they've been, I didn't think they'd hold up much. They've been a really, really good brush. This one is starting to spread a little compared to the smaller one because I use this one more, but working into the smaller space, I might use this one more. And the watercolour could probably do with a softer bristles. So that's why they're coming. This is coming. These are my Isabey brushes. They're coming because I adore them. They're such good quality, beautiful, beautiful brush. This creates a lovely tumbling sort of line that I've just kind of ended up doing with it. And yeah, I don't necessarily use this brush much, but I want to bring it. We'll see. And these I actually used painting the house, renovating the house when we were prepping it for sale, and they're just hardware store brushes, as you can see, and they're really lovely. This one's softer bristled than this one, and I think they're too long to use in an art sketchbook, but I'm thinking of cutting them down and having a kind of stiffer, yeah, that short handle will be a different mark making ability. So I'm not cutting them yet, I'll see, but yeah, I thought I'd bring them along for some versatility. And this is a really lovely brush. This is a Grey Matters Richardson, and it's grey because it helps you if you're really painting realistically and you want to get your colours correct. Always having a neutral grey background helps you do that. I don't use it for that. It's just very similar to the Isabey brush, very similar size, very similar quantity of bristles. And it's just, I'm bringing that because I love this so much. It's just a lower entry price point than the Isabey. Behaves very similar length handle. And, you know, if this is loaded with one colour, I can load this with another colour. So that's really coming along because of this. And this brush, I can't remember where I got it. It's a Princeton brush. It's a little rounded filbert. I don't really use filbert shape. I don't understand them. I don't know how to use them. But this is the brush that I used for these colour charts. It's the perfect size I've found for doing this, not necessarily with painting with, but for doing this sort of work. And I plan to explore colour more. So it's a tiny little brush that's going to come along. I will like to be able to have space for some work I find it much easier to have other work to bounce off from. And this work has that soft, washy sort of feel that I'm looking for in whatever new way I'm going to work. So I would love to have these come along with me as a bit of a mood board and a bit of reference. I won't be taking any of my paint swatches or any other mood board things, so it'd be nice to have these come along. This is my tub of oil sticks, and I don't have any of the ones I made. I made them about 3 years ago, and they've all dried up. But these ones are still going. You can see there's some that I haven't opened yet. Some are R&F. Ugh. Yeah, they're messy. But I want to do a lot of drawing, get back into drawing, and these will be great for that. And yeah, you can see how sticky they are. They're still going, which I know I've made a lot of my own art supplies, and I think it's a great way to play in your studio and use up old paint and things like that. But you pay big money for these things, and there's a reason why, because they last. They last. And so yes, I'm going to take this whole tub, and this is my box of all of my oil paints. Some I haven't even opened and shown you yet because I was waiting to do it in a unboxing art haul. What have I got? Cad red, cad yellow, and a permanent carmine. Haven't used Winsor & Newton before in oil. Don't think I've used Gamblin either. I've mostly got Langridge or Artist Spectrum. Look at that. I haven't used this yet. Look at that dusty pink. It's such a beautiful... Yeah, I really want to use these. This is a pigment powder that I added to encaustic medium. I've gotten rid of all my encaustic stuff. I'm letting that go. It'd be really easy just to take this tub with me, wouldn't it? I don't know. I have to make a decision. I could certainly go through this and pull out the colours that I'm keeping in acrylic. I could probably keep a very similar pared down palette because I've got the cerulean blues and cad yellows and all of that. So that might be what I do. And my Rembrandt ones I haven't used either. So yeah, I've got a few Rembrandts in here. Oh, I have got a Winsor & Newton. Oh, I have used that. Can't remember whether I liked it or not. Anyway, there's an ultramarine blue. So yeah, I've probably pretty much got... I could take those. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take those. Obviously, I'll take a heap of rags and paper towel. I'm out of the shop towels, so I'll need to buy some more of those. And I'll take some sketchbooks with me. I don't work in sketchbooks much. This is the sketchbook I use to demonstrate things for you. You can see most of my sketchbooks look like this, where I've used a few pages and then there's nothing in the rest. This is so common for me, and then I get bored of the sketchbook or what I'm doing. By the time I get back to the sketchbook, it doesn't match what I've got at the start of the sketchbook, so I don't feel like I can put that work in that sketchbook. It's really ridiculous. I'll definitely bring my moleskin, my big moleskin hardcover. I also don't ever paint on the first page, but you will have seen these images before. Oh, years old this is, and you can see I haven't done, so yeah, this image and the floral, this is 3 years ago, and this is my most recent, so a few pages separating them, and same thing, a few pages used and all of these to go. But I do really love this sketchbook, and it will allow me, as you can see, I use it mostly to paint on a bigger scale, and it will allow that, so I'd really like to be able to fit that in. Gee, it's adding up, isn't it? And the last thing I want to have with me is some reference books. This is my Mark Rothko book of his paintings on paper. They're watercolours, and it's full of colour plates. Beautiful, beautiful work. I'd really like to have this with me as a reference for colour matching, you know, this sort of, I've talked about this before, but you can see this is very, this is very similar. I can put more white with that and get into this sort of colour. So yeah, that's coming. This is a new book from the Impressionist exhibition that's happening in the Victorian Gallery in Melbourne. And I went to that and I picked up this book. It's Impressionist paintings that are from the Boston Gallery. So if you're from there, you may have, or near there, you may have seen these paintings. And I did do a little bit of filming, and I would love to put a vlog together about what I saw and what I thought. So yeah, I will show you and talk more about that in another vlog. I've had this for years. You can see it's got, and I haven't used it for years, it's got spider webs on it. But this will be a great way to take my brushes, and it folds up to carry them. And then you can also, when you're on site, it'll stand, and you can, like say if you take it out to paint, you can have it like that, or set up like that in the studio. And it's got this little flap that if the brushes are wet or dirty, you can put that on, and they don't, and it just seals up, and they don't dirty each other. That is the brand. My partner bought this for me 25 years ago or something, so I have no idea whether you'll be able to source it. But yeah, that's what I'll put the brushes in. I might take, yeah, I think I will. I think I'll take these. I spoke about these last time from Sarah the Colour Cube, playing around, just seeing how I can stretch these colours that I have got. I might do an acrylic one and a watercolour one. And I might even make some as well. And the things I'm not taking, interestingly, are any mediums. I will need to take, if I take the oil paint, I'll need to take some walnut oil or something like that with me, and some vegetable oil, which are good alternatives to the smelly linseed oils and things, less toxic. But yeah, I'm not at this point thinking about any acrylic mediums to come with. And as I said, because I want to draw, I will take some drawing material. So this is a compressed charcoal in a pencil, some regular fairly high, they're HBs, but I like to use 4H and 6H. Got some here, 2B, not H, 2B, 6B, 4B. I'll take those. That's colour pencil. I don't like using colour pencils. So that's the plan. That is the short list of supplies I will try and fit in one tub. I'm giving myself one tub. I think it'll be about 55. Well, I'm going to Bunnings after this to see what they've got. I'm hoping to get a 55 litre tub, and we'll see how much I can fit in that. If I can pack more, I certainly will. And I'm sure I'll be shopping for supplies as next year goes on, so I'll be adding to it. So what do you think? Is there, I'm not taking any of gel plate or rollers or anything like that. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm not taking any printing stuff. Might regret that too. Let's see how I go. I'm very excited about our new house that we will build and a new studio, and it's all very fun and exciting. But I'm noticing, of course, as we wind up at this house, we've been here for 18 years. It's where we raise the children. And there's those little bits of grief of, I'll miss that, and particularly the garden. For those of you who really love my intros where I show a little bit of the garden, I've taken a whole lot of footage through spring when it looked at its best, because we've had so much rain this spring, unusually. And so I'll leave you now with a little montage of the garden. So as I wind up from sharing this space with you, thank you so much for being here over the years. I've really enjoyed presenting from here and sharing this space with you all. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll join me next year to find out just how my practice develops without this space. My intention is to continue to vlog. I'm hoping I'll pick that up in February, but please bear with me. I hope you have a lovely festive season with loved ones and friends. However you celebrate, please stay safe. I hope it's a safe and enjoyable one. And I shall see you at some point next year. Bye.